Great evening to each and every one of you. Lakeisha McKnight is indeed here. I want to welcome you to the Leadership TKO, the Night Show via podcast, which is a part of the Leadership TKO radio station. Before I get into anything tonight, what I am going to do is definitely share on the social media platforms that I am indeed live right now. That way, we can get those who really need to hear the message, really need to hear the message to tune in. So let's go ahead and share before we dive into any content regarding the podcast itself, about the topic matter at hand tonight. And so what I'm going to do is definitely share. Okay. So I am going to share on my timeline on Facebook because that's the primary platform that we use, a part of Leadership TKO. So join in now as I am live, building winning leaders. All right. So even if you're listening in live right now, it's about 9:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, August 30th. Yes, August 30th. This whole month is just flying super fast, flying right past. And if you're listening in right now, did it fly past for you like it did for me? It just seemed like it just zoomed past. Like, where did August go? Right? We're about to dive into September. And so once again, I get into anything, I am sharing and on the fan page as well. We're also quite active there. So I am going to share on the fan page. And if you're not connected to me on the fan page, there are going to be some links inside of the description area where you'll be able to connect with me on my fan page. And if we're not connected on my profile as quote unquote friends, we can do that as well. So details will be shared. It indeed will be shared in the description area. And there's one other place that I would like to share, and that is on Google. So we are going to share on Google and invite those who follow on Google to tune in and to be a part of what we have going on live. I don't normally share on Google when I'm live, but I try to do it every now and then, just to kind of see where it goes and see how many people actually tune in. So I tried to do that. All right. So once again, welcome, right? Welcome. Thank you so much. I do know we look at some of the insights and some of the stats there. There are so many of you from various countries that listen in. And I think I posted today on Facebook and I let people know, what the stats look like as far as those of you who do listen in to and are connected to Leadership TKO from various countries. And I said, of course, majority of the people that tune in are from the United States. We know that. But I want to say special thank you to those of you from Italy, because the stats for you all are increasing. Okay, it's increasing over the last 7 days. The last 7 days or the last month? Okay, the last month. Correction. You all have been listening in a mighty, mighty way. And so we thank you so much for tuning in, those of you from Italy. Those of you from France, thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you from South Africa, appreciate you much. Those of you from the United Kingdom, we see you. We see that you're connected. Those of you from Germany, Canada, Brazil, thank you so much for tuning in and being connected to Leadership TKO, the brand, but most importantly, of course, the Night Show via podcast here. Now, know that we are here from Sundays through Fridays. We try not to be here on Saturdays, although there was something I was supposed to do. Yeah, I just thought about that. I am going to be sharing in a special group and probably on my timeline on Facebook about Small Business Saturdays. Yeah, Small Business Saturdays is going to be a part of one of the subdivisions with the brand. And I'm going to share more about that towards the end of this episode. But I will tell you this, that the mission of Leadership TKO and the company that houses the brand, which is iLead Company, the mission is to partner up with associations, with universities, with small business owners and faith-based groups to build winning leaders. That's what we do with this brand and with this company. And we encourage you to visit our website to learn more about all that we do. And our website is leadershiptko.com. Now, we do have to make sure our other URL is functioning, okay? Because we did have a second URL for the main company itself, which is iLeadCompany.com. So we need to make sure that that's functioning well and it's doing what it needs to do. But that's our other URL that sometimes we give out. Okay, so Today is Wednesday, and actually it is Winning Leader Wednesdays. We've been sharing on YouTube. We've been sharing throughout other social media platforms, even on LinkedIn as well, about top tips to leading your team to success. We're helping you as a leader to lead your teams, because as entrepreneurs, you should have a team. And if you don't have a team, you're really holding back yourself from really seeing more results. Because the more you try to do this work on your own, the less productive you're going to be. And some of you already know that. It's like you're spinning around and going around in circles and thinking, I'm going to do it. But you never get to it. So you need a team. T-E-A-M. Team. See, there's no I in business. There's no I. It's all about team in getting, the mission of the company carried out and accomplishing the goals. And so I'm going to share with you just a few of the nuggets I shared on the blog post today. And if you're curious about what blog we're talking about, this is the Leadership TKO Global blog. And the link for the blog itself and for the blog post that I'm talking about and referring to, that's also going to be in the description area of this episode. So stay tuned. It will be there. Okay, it shall be there. But we talked about a couple of tips. And I think one of the tips that I shared in the video today is that I shared how you really have to communicate your vision. Okay, you really need to be clear and communicate the vision, because it helps for everyone to be on one accord. When everyone is on one accord, there's peace in your company. There's peace within yourself as a business owner. Everything flows. Now, it may not be, completely 100% smooth. We understand it because it's business, right? But it's better. It's better off. It's a healthier business that way. When you make sure your team is on one accord. I'm talking about those who handle your finances, those who help with marketing, those who, run out and handle errands for you, whatever it is. If everyone is on one accord, it helps for a smoother or a healthier business. Okay, so communicate the vision, and there's various ways to doing that. And some people, don't make it difficult. Don't make it difficult for yourself. You can communicate your vision and do it in an extremely easy way. You can do it by way of phone calls. You can do it by way of special events, whether, most of them are usually live events, in-person events, where you communicate the vision, where you see yourself going. And as a matter of fact, that's some of the things that's going to be happening, with a special campaign that we have going on that I'll tell you about towards the end. There's an event going on that's going to be coming up where the vision is going to be shared. And this is going to be a perfect example of what we're talking about as far as sharing the vision, as far as where we're going with projects, with the company itself. And that's what you need to do as an entrepreneur yourself. You need to make sure it's clear for you so that it becomes clear for members of your team. And again, this is talked about in the blog post. A second tip that I talked about in the blog post is I spoke about, how it's important for you to really be honest and avoid deception. There are so many leaders out there. We probably can recall quite a few who have been deceptive, and no business is going to thrive. No business is going to stand if you're leading by way of deception. If everything is not as it seems, the way that you communicate it and the way that you portray it. And you need to be honest. Honesty is the only policy. And we talked about that even on the timeline today. Honesty is the only policy. It's not the best policy. It really should be the only policy, because when you say something is the best policy, it gives room for other options. And when you are a dishonest leader, it's going to be hard for many people to jump on the bandwagon again and trust you. It's going to take a lot of time for people to trust you. Right? I keep it 100 with all that I do. A lot of people know Lakeisha has a for-profit company. Lakeisha has a nonprofit. Lakeisha's trying to get licensed so that she can offer some further assistance for some of the women in the nonprofit organization that she has. There's so many things that I share with people, and I make it clear. I don't go into all detail because not unless you ask, right? I make it clear so people understand what is the agenda, what is the goal, what is it that we're trying to accomplish. And so it's important. It's important that you lead through honesty. Lead through being an honest leader. Be clear. There's no such thing as a half-truth. If you only give a half-truth, you're lying. Gotta pause. It's a Selah moment. Be honest. Be honest. This is indeed important. Be honest. I know I probably said it like 5, 6 times already, but try to be as honest as you can. So those are 2, okay? Those are 2 out of a couple of tips that I provide in the blog post. And so I encourage you to go click on the link in the description area, read the entire blog post. And what we're going to be pushing and what we're going to be encouraging is for people to give feedback. Yes, there's a comments area on the blog, like below the blog post. I know it's like a lot of stuff below the blog post, but there's an area where you can post comments. Yes. And we want to encourage you. We want to encourage you to post your comments below. We love the fact that you're reading it. We see that we get a lot of people reading the blog post, but we want you to comment. You know, we always take note of stats and how many people visit, from where do they visit, and things of that nature. We're always assessing that, but we would love to get feedback. We would love to get feedback below the blog post, and that's what we're going to be pushing from this point forward. Probably see some more encouragement of that starting tomorrow. But even on Wednesdays, we also share tips about marketing, because we do have a part of the brand. We have a leadership TKO for marketers. Now, we didn't have like a full-blown launch regarding that subdivision because it's something that we do every day anyway. But we may have sort of like a relaunch of it just to kind of put it out there, a grand announcement, so people will know that this is something that we assist with. And what we specifically do is we help those entrepreneurs, okay? We help those entrepreneurs really get out there and really make a difference on and offline. And the way that you become influential is by sharing about what you do. The way that you become influential is by building up and becoming more charismatic. And that's one of the main traits that we're going to push. You know, being a great communicator and being charismatic. We're going to be pushing that through the Leadership TKO for Marketers subdivision. So stay tuned. We have some more great things to come. I don't want to spoil it just yet. But we have some great stuff that we're going to share. And I do see that the sound was out, so hopefully you didn't lose a lot of the content that I was sharing just a minute ago. Hopefully you didn't lose it. But we were talking a little bit about the subdivision. We're talking a little bit about some of the things that are to come, you know, being an honest leader, not being deceptive. So you probably didn't lose a lot if you lost some of the sound here. But we're just sharing how on Wednesdays we do encourage and support marketers because of our subdivision Leadership TKO for Marketers. And it's something we're going to probably make a grand announcement about and let you know that we do help in that regard. Okay, we do help in that regard. So here is the deal. I do want to share that for those of you ladies listening in, we do have a subdivision, a part of the company. And our subdivision that helps women to become great, effective leaders is Leadership TKO for Women. And that's one of our biggest subdivisions of the company. And what we do, and what has been the fuel that pushes the subdivision forward, is our campaign. And this campaign is a continual campaign, and it's the Born to Lead Global Women's Leadership Campaign. Again, Born to Lead Global Women's Leadership Campaign. And the mission of it is to promote a spirit of sisterhood amongst the women so that we can become effective leaders. Effective leaders. Okay. And so that is the purpose of the campaign. And that's one purpose of it. But the second purpose is to bring awareness of women's issues that are common around the world and what solutions exist that can help remedy these issues. Like, for example, we have some serious issues going on here in the States. In the United States, of course, those of you may have heard of Hurricane Harvey and this devastation and things that has really impacted Houston and nearby areas, and including Louisiana. All right. And that's another state that was impacted by the hurricane. And we have more hurricanes, more weather that's kind of brewing up. And so we really need to see in what ways that we can assist because of these things that are currently going on. Right. So just be aware of that. We are probably going to call I don't want to say like a state of emergency for the movement or the campaign, but we're probably going to call like an impromptu meeting where we all come together as campaign leaders and see what we can do to assist in this state of emergency for Houston and for Louisiana and some of these other places. So stay tuned for more information about that. All right. So once again, we thank you, and we encourage you to be a part of this campaign that we have going on. And it's really simple to do. It's free. There's plenty of benefits to learn and to receive, right? You get to receive business and leadership training. You get to expand your support network. You get to increase your influence amongst women and really be a voice for women in your state and in other places. So it's a great way to get involved, to give back, to be an influencer amongst women. And the way that you can join this campaign for free is by visiting a website, which is really a questionnaire. Okay. And I'm going to give you that questionnaire site. It's www.borntolead2017.com. Again, that's borntolead2017.com. And the spelling of that is BORNTOLEAD 2017.com. And so follow the steps there and you will be locked in. You'll be a member of the campaign. You'll be well on your way, and we'll let you know what the next steps are going to be. Okay, so it's a very quick way to get involved. We do have another website that gives you more detail about the campaign if you want to learn more. And the website address is www.leadershiptko4women.com. And that 4 is FOR, by the way. So leadershiptko4women.com. All right. So that's information about the campaign and how women are coming together and boldly declaring that we are women and that we were born to lead. We're taking a stance. One voice, one group against mainstream society some of which believe that women don't have the capacity to lead. Okay. And we're making a stance. We're raising up our voice, and we're supporting one another. That's the biggest thing. We're supporting one another. And we know it. We see some of the struggle, even as we're pushing the campaign forward. We see some of the struggle. And it's okay. We're still going to be here. We're not going anywhere. As long as God gives us the energy to push this forward, we're not going anywhere. And this is going to show that we can connect and that we can be consistent. So get on board today. When you can, connect with me on Facebook so that I can further help you along your leadership journey. We're going to be here tomorrow at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because tomorrow is indeed Speakers Day. That's right. We're going to be serving speakers on tomorrow. So we love for you to get involved. We're going to share more about the campaign tomorrow as well. But speakers, if you are a speaker, we're going to be serving you on tomorrow. So we want you to get in there. And there's something, I'm going to be kind of revealing some things on Friday that God has really been placing on my heart. And he kind of gave me the idea as I was driving around today. And I'm like, man, I want to do that. So, you know, I'll share later. I'm not going to divulge and kind of give all the information now. And it was something else he shared with me also. But that has been involving my nonprofit organization. So I'll be bringing that to the awareness of some of the leaders on the nonprofit about that. But I appreciate each and every one of you who've tuned in, listened in, been just a trooper about it all. We thank you, Janine Harrod Brown. We see you commenting in the area on the station platform here. We thank you so very much. And if you've enjoyed anything that you've heard tonight, I want to encourage you to hit the like button. There should be a heart button on the Spreaker platform. So hit that like button, and also don't be afraid to share and comment and ask questions while we're here live, and even when we're gone. You still can ask questions. All right. Again, visit the website leadershiptko.com to learn all about this company. There should be a button that says subdivisions, and you'll see all the links there that you can click on to go and visit and learn about the other subdivisions of the company. But we thank you so very much. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be blessed. Love you all. And remember, until then, to think, to speak, and to live leadership.